When marketers used to call here all the time,
Yeah.
just to listen to me go through what we do.
Yeah, and kind of to listen to your spiel. Not
That's
just
what I'm
we
talking
do,
about.
but how you
I don't
present
have a
it.
spiel, by the way. I don't. I simply tell what we do here at the company.
But to a
It's
marketer,
offensive. It's offensive, man. It's
but
offensive.
to a marketer, that's unusual because you're just being
great.
direct.
Yeah.
And that's what they were trying to learn is that sort of
They were trying to learn
direct way of
what I
talking
said
about
so
it.
they could tell people
Yeah.
that they do the same thing.
Right.
And so we've done this for almost 10 years. And I'd say about 3 years ago, this kind of disappeared for one of a couple of reasons. You can go online and watch videos now and hear us talk about. And
What
they
we do,
also
yeah.
and they also know that I might pick up the phone. You know, I still get hung up on every once in a while, and I think it may be. But I used to get this call once a week or so.
Yeah, at least.
Hey there, guys. It's Nolan Walker and Jason, Director of Operations here at Plumbing Webmasters.
Howdy.
How's it going? Today's topic is going to be skin in the game with plumbers' marketing dollars. So, skin in the game with plumbers' marketing dollars. So, people always ask me, or now they'll start out and say, "Well, Nolan, I've heard all that before."
That's what everybody says.
That's what
SEO
everybody
is.
says, and and sometimes they'll even say, "You're no different than anyone else."
Right.
And I'll say, you know what? There are some differences with us, and you know, I said, for one thing, I told one guy one time, I was like, you know, we're not the same as them. They don't. Actually, a guy had said, you say the same thing as them, and I said, no, sir.
No.
They say the same thing as me.
Right.
I said, 98% of the industry out there does poor quality work, and called me and a few other guys before everything was on video, figured out what we said, because I used to get calls all the time. You remember, I'd walk
Yep.
around edgy about it.
Yeah.
I actually remember talking to a guy one time and said, and I was starting to, you remember hearing me call people out every once in a while back
Yeah.
in the day? They don't call anymore. I don't know, it's because they watch, now we
It
have,
backfired every once in a while.
every once in a while.
He got a call once. I was actually in his office at the time.
I don't need you telling these stories.
No, I got to tell the story.
All
It's a great story. And he gets on the phone and he's talking, and he's talking to a woman on the other end.
She's typing.
And she's asking him questions about our service, and she's typing, and he's immediately suspicious because he's got these kind of calls before.
Yeah.
And he's like, after a minute, he's like, I don't like this phone call because I think you're just trying to pump me for information. And she gets all offended and gets off the phone. And we're like, oh, that's one of those people trying to just get info out of us. And
She was a
find out what
very
we do.
analytical woman.
Yeah. Made him suspicious.
Yeah.
And then the next day we get this call from, it turns out, her husband. He's like, well, I had my wife call you, and she said you were rude to her.
Man.
It's like, oh, mea culpa. Sorry, but we thought it was this.
I
It
mean,
sounded weird.
when marketers call you
we
all the
signed up
time,
that client, though, so
We
it
did.
didn't actually backfire. You got the owner on the phone. the
she
next
never
day.
quite liked me though.
I wonder why.
but come on, I mean, when marketers used to call here all the time,
Yeah.
just to listen to me go through what we do.
Yeah, and kind of to listen to your spiel. Not
That's
just
what I'm
we do,
talking
but
about.
how you
I
how
don't
you present
have
it.
a spiel, by the way. I don't. I simply tell what we do here at the company.
But to a
It's
marketer,
offensive. It's offensive, man. It's
but
offensive.
to a marketer, that's unusual because you're just being
great.
direct.
Yeah.
And that's what they were trying to learn is that sort of
They were trying to learn
direct way of
what I
talking
said
about
so
it.
they could tell people
Yeah.
that they do the same thing.
Right.
And so we've done this for almost 10 years. And I'd say about 3 years ago, this kind of disappeared for one of a couple of reasons. You can go online and watch videos now and hear us talk about. And
What
they
we do,
also
yeah.
and they also know that I might pick up the phone. You know, I still get hung up on every once in a while, and I think it may be. But I used to get this call once a week or so.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and people would be calling in. And I specifically, before you told that story I didn't want told.
You tell Carter to cut it out.
Well, you know, no.
I'm gonna tell him to leave it in.
That poor lady, I shouldn't have said that to her. I didn't know. I mean, how many people type while you're talking? The only time you ever hear that is when somebody calls from a call center or something,
Yeah,
right? I didn't know that this man was married to this great woman that, that was helping him out. and very organized and had typing skills, what are the chances of that? That's never even happened again. You know that?
You're right. It has.
That's the first time in my life that's ever happened.
It is very rare.
Anyway, so this other guy calls up, and I mean, he's too young, you know? He's too young to be calling me, but he's like, hello, sir, you know, I've got a plumbing business, and we're looking to take it to the next level. And
which is like immediately triggers your, that's salesy speak.
I mean, his voice is almost cracking, you know? And he's like, I'm picturing like
pimples
and, yeah, redheaded kid.
No offense to all suffering from acne.
So I'm talking, and he's like, well, yeah, could you tell me a little bit more about what you do? And then he starts asking questions that are like very poignant, you know? I'm like, and back then nobody knew. This was like 5 years ago when all this happened all the time. And back then nobody knew anything about SEO. And so for a client that already sounded young to be asking me these questions, I start kind of bowing up and backing up, and I'm like, you know, and I forgot his name. Let's just call him Timmy.
Timmy.
I said, you know, Timmy, you know, either you know a lot about SEO, or you're actually not a plumber, and you're calling to dig me for information because you're thinking about going into the SEO business. And you know what happened next?
What?
Click. So when I told this guy that, no, sir, we don't say the same thing as other people, they say the same thing as me. And I said, the truth is they might have called another 100 guys like me, but there's a whole group of people out there that used to call around to find out what we say, so they say the same thing. And yeah, maybe they all say the same thing now, but they actually don't do the work that we do.
Yeah, that's the lie.
What
they're telling you needs to be done for SEO is the truth. The lie is that they ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, and again, I didn't have a spiel. That how do you spell spiel? But I didn't have a. You know how to spell spiel?
I'm actually not sure because I can't remember if you actually put the C and the H in there or if it's just pronounced that way because it's a German word.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't have a spiel. I was just telling people what we did as the company, what we legitimately do for the client. And then all these people start talking about SEO and that they do SEO and that they do all this stuff, but they don't do any of it. Like 98% of them don't do it. We're in a 1 percentile easy at this point in time when you consider all the stuff that we do. There's just people that don't do this stuff. So when I say that we've got, am I boring you?
Sorry, it's Friday. I'm on vacation next week. I am barely present.
Did you start yesterday, or
yeah, pretty much?
you mentally checked out?
My wife was trying to convince me this morning, why don't you just take today too? And it's like I have to make sure everything doesn't crash next week.
When you're high up in management, one of the problems is when you take time off, you can like get sick right then or like kill your time off. It's a good thing that you're taking the whole week because you'll have to rest tomorrow just because
to get ready for my week.
No, just the anxiety and extra work you probably have been under for the last couple
of
days.
just to have some confidence that next week the whole thing won't burst into
I'll overwork right before I take time off.
Right, yeah. Basically. And that's what I've done the last 2 weeks.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That's what the yawn was about. Anyway, so the difference is, and over the years, this became apparent that everybody's getting screwed by all these horrible companies out there. And people make these comments, oh, you say the same things as them, or you're just like, oh, no, we're not. And so some of the things that are different about us is that we make massive websites. So there's a catch-22 in this business that all you guys want great web efforts.
Right.
But you don't want to pay for it.
You don't want to pay up front.
You don't want to pay up front.
Yeah. When I started doing, I come from a design background, and I started in web design 20 years ago, over 20 years ago actually, 22 now.
Yeah.
When it was first a job, and that's when we got 6 figures to do a website.
Oh yeah.
And now we can't get 4 for a web design.
People don't want to pay anything, Jason.
Yeah, right.
So they don't want to pay anything for it, and that includes all you guys, includes other people. And somebody might be getting mad right now. They're well, I paid $2,500 or $3,500. It was still a cheap.
I used to get $250,000, so I don't want to hear it.
It was still a cheap. You still bought a cheap template, guys. If you bought $2,500 website or $3,500, it's still too cheap to optimize. And so you need this you need this whole thing that we always go through that has tons of custom code and content and design and blogging and Google account work and GMB and citations. It's all got to be put together just so much. And of course, the righteous reviews plugged into all the pages. You got to have this stuff. It costs thousands to do it.
Right. It costs us thousands
to produce it.
It costs us
thousands to produce it. So we will spend $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 on any given week at any time, depending on how many people here and how many jobs have been efficiently gone through our system or not efficiently gone through our system, right? And there's tons of custom stuff done, tons of content, all that. So the skin in the game part first starts out with the fact that we built a website that would have cost you tens of thousands if you could have even gotten anyone to do it.
And all you gave us up front was $100, $99.
Currently, as of this, it's $99 because everything's always subject to change. Because people ask me that question: will it stay that way forever? Well, I don't know. Does bread or gasoline stay the price forever? So we're subject to the powers of inflation and stuff like that, but we're very stable on what we do. So the price usually stays the same for years and years and years, or at least years, right?
Yeah. Cut 1 year off.
Let's not get too crazy. There's been low unemployment forever. We have pricing pressures here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's a great deal with us, but we'll start it with $99 just to get somebody going. The next thing that's different is they get to see the website, usually in a couple of weeks, several weeks. And then if they don't like what they see, they don't have to move forward. So
all that effort we put in, you don't got to pay for it at that point. You even get your $99 back.
I don't know, $99. Anyway, all right, whatever. It's $99. Yeah, they can if they want to. I don't care. But it was really, that's just to have a handshake and start the relationship. We've got a lot of money out on the table. Obviously, almost everyone that we ever do this for goes in. But what it means for the client is that all of our stuff sounds great because it is, but they don't know that for sure.
Right.
And so now they get to look at it. We're out thousands, and here it is. It's everything that you thought it would be, and then you don't have to move forward for any reason whatsoever, make any changes up front or forever to that site, up to 2 hours a month worth of changes, which I don't think we've charged a client out of hundreds for years.
I don't remember ever charging anybody an additional
You would have
charge.
to ask for ridiculous absorbent amounts of work, like, to have a charge from us beyond what the monthly fee that somebody pays. And then once the site goes live, then the monthly fee is due. The monthly fee pays for us to do on-site changes, content additions, blogging, work in GMB, righteous reviews, pays for that, for reputation management software, and us to do any other weird stuff that might change or happen in code base and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So the monthly fee pays for us to be your marketing company, basically. Also, if we maybe, if you pay us to manage pay-per-click or social media ad spend or something like that. So that is one of the most major differences that occurs that is different. So, where else can you get a website that would cost thousands and thousands of dollars produced that we're going to be your web team and see it and then go on a month to month, although we hope to keep you forever as your web team? That's what's different about us. It's a big difference,
Right. Is you get all of that effectively for nothing up front, and then there's no term on it.
It's not, just to be clear though, because people ask it is not $99 a month. We cannot make money on that.
Right.
But currently we have some stuff that's less, quite a bit less than $1,000 a month, and we have stuff, depends on how much we do, how much weekly and monthly labor we perform, how big the website is to start out, and just what all we do for you. So there are different levels of it, but it's not as much as someone would typically think for the best plumbing, SEO, and plumber marketing work that you could possibly get.
Right.
So
it's actually crazy what you get for our rates.
I think so this is everything that we're doing currently in 2020. So I guess I could change it to skin in the game with plumber marketing dollars in 2020.
Yeah.
But there was skin in the game in 2019. And
we've always had
and there'll be skin in the game in 2021.
That's how we've always run it.
Yeah, it's run that way. I mean, the truth of the matter is we deserve money down. And we deserve a little bit of time with the client. But because all these other goofballs have screwed you guys around so badly, we do it this way because we're confident in our skill sets.
Right.
To put the skin in the game to start the relationship.
Yeah, if someone's asking you for a 2-year term, ask yourself why.
Yeah, I mean, we're very confident that we'll keep you for a long period of time, but because of how many other people have messed you guys around, which didn't have anything to do with me or Jason or any of the other fine people behind the wall here, we've done a fantastic job. But we do it that way to make it easier for you on board so you can see everything, and you'll be able to see a tangible difference when you see that site that someone's done stuff that's different. Much less getting referrals from us and other stuff or looking at websites and things.
Right.
That's it, man.
I think that's it. That's our skin in the game, man.
Skin in the game. It is different. We do different work. And our skin in the game, just nothing else proves the fact that we have confidence in our products and services. If you didn't stay on for a long period of time, we lose a small fortune when we sign up a client. So.
Right.
Anyway, guys, give us a call. We'll see you.
Take it easy.